It's fine.
So what microphone did you buy?
I bought a Elgato.
Oh, okay.
Elgato. It was on sale.
What was it?
Why not?
What was the price of that?
It was like $120.
Okay, that's fine. Because I was going to tell you, if you're going to spend any more than like $2, I have a perfect microphone for you that I actually probably should have sent you already. But because it's actually pretty fucking tight, and I recommend it for anybody that doesn't want to do what the setup like we have. But yeah, that's tight. Yeah, it sounds good.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad. I was looking at headsets at first, like I said, or like the brand that Nico had mentioned, the Sennheiser, and they were the good ones. Yeah, were all like 200 plus at least. It was insane.
So I don't know if we've talked about it on the show. I feel like I would have, but the Shure. So the 7B is like the biggest like streaming or like anybody that's doing anything. Microphone's the same one Daniel used to use, and they came out with one called the Shure MV7, and it is it's a person who doesn't want to deal with an interface's dream.
Just USB.
It's USB, or you can put it into an interface.
Huh.
So it's dual purpose there. So it's got XLR, USB. It's got a headphone jack on it, so you can plug your headphones straight into that. It's got its own volume. So, I mean, if you got it off to the side like you should, you'll just run that cable for your headphones kind of off to the side, so it's never going to be in your way. And then it looks like a little 7B, and they sound fucking great. So,
it's pretty
$250, I think. It's pricey, but it's cheaper than a 7B, and you don't have to buy an interface. So,
shit.
Something really cool there, but I would recommend that if you ever decide you want to go big upgrade anytime. But obviously, you're set now.
Right, I think so.
Elgato, I didn't even know. Is it an Elgato headset or is it an Elgato mic?
It's just the mic. Yeah, it's just an Elgato.
I didn't even know they did a mic.
I had no idea.
I feel like I knew that, but I feel like I'm wrong.
I've heard they're like a decent brand with, I think, some YouTubers and whatnot, you know, like for their first mics, I guess. Everything for their talkie talks.
So I feel like I made a mistake, but
yes,
so far it is a mistake. I need to get some more time with it to find out, but I bought Cold War.
What?
So I think, because everywhere is sold out, I do not have any new console yet. So I've got it for just regular Xbox One X. And it plays terribly. Like it's probably the worst playing Call of Duty since like PlayStation 1 I've ever played.
Oh, it's weird.
But sometimes it's good. It's really fucking weird. It's in and out, but it's real choppy, and I think it's literally made for the new consoles.
Right.
And almost downgraded instead of upgraded to play on the old consoles.
So you're saying the way it plays is a little rough. The game isn't bad though.
So far, multiplayer Call of Duty. I'm actually really digging the weapons so far. I've got a level 13 or something. I've got an M16. It's a burst round. The first optics you get for it is kind of like a zoom in a way, like more like an ACOG, but not an ACOG. It's actually really awesome. And then I guess because I ordered it while I had Modern Warfare or something, I got extra blueprinted guns. So I've got like this American flag, like fucking patriotic theme on the gun already and shit. So it's kind of cool, but I haven't played any of the campaign yet. Brother says it's all right, but everything just seems a little choppy, and then sometimes it's really fucking smooth and the rest it's choppy. So I think, again, it's made for the new consoles, but yeah, I don't know.
Why did you buy that?
So him and I discussed it, me and my brother. And he said, hey, did you buy Call of Duty Cold War? And I was like, no, I was actually literally about to call you and ask you the same thing. And he's like, yeah, that's why I'm calling you, to find out if you bought it. Because if you're not going to buy it, I'm not going to buy it. I was like, well, I'm feeling the same way. Like, I don't know anybody else. Like, I've got some coworkers and shit that got it. And I'm just like, they also got the PlayStation 5 and shit, or they're playing it on PC, which probably would have been the route to go. But sometimes I play with my brother. He doesn't have a fucking PC. So while we're playing Modern Warfare, he's like, so did you start downloading? He kept asking. I was like, I don't think you bought it. And I thought he was wanting me to buy it to see if it's bad, and then he'll pay for it. But no, he bought it. So then I ended up buying it, and I was like, God damn it. But I paid $10 extra. So once I get the new Xbox, I could just get it for the Xbox. Because, I don't know if you knew this or not, one of the worst things about the new consoles, all games are $70 now.
Really?
Yeah. No more $59.99. They are $69.99. I don't know why there's a $10 price jump. I don't remember that from the last generation, but there's now a $10 price jump.
I believe it was $49.99, like well over a decade ago.
No, games have been $60 for a while.
I don't know, man. I remember a very specific time when I was a kid going into Best Buy and seeing $49.99 new
Was that
games.
maybe for a GameCube though, or something?
Not that I can't recall the details,
Right.
but I'm
GameCube was
almost
cheaper.
certain I remember there was a jump, and I was like, oh, it's $59.99 now.
Now that you're saying it, it's for some reason clicking in my head.
I
Maybe
swear,
that
dude.
happened.
But either way, that was probably 20 years ago
Right.
that happened, so I get it. Wow, that's upsetting. I'm upset because you bought that hunk of shit. That's a port for a next gen console.
It's
and you
so
bought
weird.
It for
I've never heard of that. Like you hear
console came
like
out
port to
8 years
PC
ago.
or this game was upscaled to match the new console. No, that game was made for the new console and then downgraded to play on old consoles.
You just couldn't hold it together until you get that console. Because Cold War is going to be a game people talk about for 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
People already stopped talking about Warzone. And that was their best game in years.
Yeah. I mean, people
fucked
are
up,
still
dude.
playing it, but we'll see. I haven't started the campaign. I just the problem with the campaign, none of that happened. And it's just fucking weird, but
Maybe it did. It didn't happen.
doubt it.
Definitely didn't happen. I don't know. That's frustrating to hear.
But yeah, so I'm playing that a little bit. We were playing some Modern Warfare the other night. They have a snipers only match, but it's not like gunfight. It's just 6v6 or 5v5, whatever it is. Snipers only. Gunfight seems normal right now, but I don't know how much more time they're going to put into that game with the next one already out.
They'll work on it for probably another 2 years. People are still going to play it.
Yeah,
Because
no,
a lot of
for
people
sure.
are not going to play Cold War. I have a feeling anyways.
I want another Modern Warfare. I want the next one, Modern Warfare 2. Let's go.
Tony, are you getting the new Demon Souls?
I was highly thinking about it. I was gonna put my rage and patience to a test with another venture down that path. for
Yeah,
sure.
I told Tony that me and Allison are going back and playing Dark Souls Remastered again for like the 10th time or something.
Mhm.
It's fun, but Demon Souls. Oh, Tony, I was looking into it when we were waiting for your slow ass to get up and get your Elgato plugged in.
Yeah, missed last
Go
week,
on.
and now he's late.
Demon Souls, I looked it up. The developer that originally came out with Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, those games, he's not working on it. This isn't his game, technically speaking. The remake is being done by Blue Point Games. And all these guys do, I looked them up because I was like, well, maybe they have a good tracker. They only do remasters and ports of already made games.
Right, because I thought it was just like a
Remaster.
upgrade.
Right. So I'm hoping, me and Billy were wondering, like, as long as they don't fuck with the mechanics and stuff and they just keep everything and they just reskin it with, the graphical upgrades and stuff with the PS5, I don't think they can fuck it up. They also did the remake of The Shadow of the Colossus, which was one of their bigger games.
I downloaded it. I played that.
So
That was great.
And right. That's why I remember people saying that it was really good. So I'm thinking we're in good hands with a Blue Point. Horrible name. Well,
that's good. I mean, it is interesting though, because I feel like it's kind of actually difficult because when even though when did the game originally come out? In
2009.
Yeah. So the game is 10 years old. So there's a lot of, I'm assuming, kinks that they kind of have to work out and smooth over when it comes to like hitboxes and making sure there's no more glitches going on or something, so there is a little tinkering I feel like they have to do.
I mean, if that is the case, I never played Demon Souls, so I don't know how rough it is to play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like he's
it might be good.
remastering like the brand new, like Dark Souls 3, which in my opinion was kind of perfect when it came to the gameplay and the mechanics and the balance. I mean, it's probably a little too easy, but yeah, we'll see, I guess. But got to get that PS5. Is that even possible now?
Not right now. GameStops around this area have said possibly Black Friday, but those will be sure to sell out fairly quickly. Damn. Surprisingly, even in this area, and I think a lot of it is not necessarily families that live here. I'm sure they're here, but I think it's the military people. There's so many younger guys on base that do a lot of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went to, I think the Modern Warfare midnight launch, one of them. It's like the last one in the last couple of years I've been to. And it was fucking packed, and it was mostly military that were there.
They still do in person. When was that?
Oh, it was last year, before COVID.
I didn't even know they still did in person.
Mhm. Yep.
Pre-release or midnight release shits.
They do, as long as COVID's not a thing.
Wow.
That was tight. Yeah. So as far as I know, Black Friday. But at this, Tony, did you get a PS5?
I didn't, but I know someone at work did. My friend at work did, and my boss is currently trying to get it, but he's having some rough luck getting it.
So PlayStation had a statement before any of the consoles, I think even specs came out, and they claimed to have like the fastest SSD in the world. And it was kind of myth busted, but it turned out to be okay. But I have heard of hard drives failing, which is causing the entire thing to crash. So there's that. I've seen smoking Xbox One, Series X, whatever the fuck they're called. But some of the smoking ones I've seen, I'm like, that's too much smoke. You literally had to set that thing on fire. It was a big viral one that went around. But so far, some people are perfectly fine with the new consoles, and other people are reporting some serious problems. So
I actually did see something about the smoke coming out of the Xboxes, because I remember I saw a video on that too.
See, I don't believe it, because that, other than the 360 that gave you a red ring of death, there was no like shit on fire.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I mean, imagine your computer just burst into flames. I don't see that happening.
But Nokia phones blow up.
That's true. Those Samsung phones that blew up a couple years ago.
Those were real.
Samsung, yes.
No, Nokia.
Why are you saying Nokia?
Nokia phones, like from a million years ago, when cell phones first were booming, first were banging, they were exploding in people's hands.
Well, so to help my argument there, I would say not much of computer stuff. There's some processing, a little PCB in there, but they're old as shit, and it's old technology. But to not help my argument, the Samsung phones for sure were exploding.
So you're saying cell phones from 2003 aren't as technologically advanced as something in 2020?
Correct.
Wait a minute. You just debunked the shit out of me. That's impossible.
Hold up.
Well, that leads me to my next point. Album review. Let's get into it.
Good segue, I guess.
Yeah, perfect segue. So this week's was Tallah. Tallah.
T-A-L-L-A-H.
Matriphagy.
Whoa.
Said that last week, damn it. I don't know how to say it. Matriphagy.
You're getting nuts.
Matriphagy.
You're getting inappropriate.
Wow. I don't know how to say it. It's M-A. Well, it'll be on the screen.
Readers beware, you're in for a scare.
Anyways.
Just dropping bows out here.
So this was an album. It was technically Nico's week, but RJ from Alaka had given us the idea for the album review.
I referred to RJ.
And yeah, it was an album for sure. So his kind of synopsis real quick on it was, if you're into Slipknot and something else, I think he said, you'll like this album. I'm not into Slipknot, but I gave it a chance anyways. But helicopters. Like a helicopter dick. Yeah, so Slipknot, I heard it a lot. I also heard a lot of Korn. Noel the 7-string, because they were playing on 6s. But I heard a lot of Korn. And this weird new metal rap thing going on. So it was a fucking kind of a mess. At first, I absolutely hated it, and then I kind of liked it, and then I was kind of meh towards the end. So my thoughts on it: guitars, phenomenal, sound-wise. I'm not saying there's any crazy talented shit going on. There was a couple solos that were really cool, but tone-wise, I really, really liked the sound of the guitars. Drums in some songs sounded fucking killer, but the entire album, the snare killed me. I could not stand that snare. I feel like back in the day, I used to like a ping on a snare. Like a ping.
You don't like that really annoying ping?
I fucking hated it.
That people stopped doing for a fucking reason after it was easier to get rid of that.
There was no high-end like crack attached to that snare. It was almost like the snare was turned off and it was just ping, but then you'd hear a little bit kind of come through. I fucking hated it. And I was going to be like, drums overall are shit, until there was one song where he was going fucking heavy into the toms.
Yeah.
This is like midway through the album. And it sounded so fucking massive. I was like, okay, that sounds good, but I would have rather, maybe these are real drums. I would have rather you sample a snare, because that snare killed the entire album for me, aside from the guy rapping. I mean, it's fucking, I don't know when that album came out. I didn't really check that.
Oh, shit, me either.
It's probably a good idea, because if it came out around the new metal and then you put in like Slipknot heaviness and shit like that into it, okay, that's fair. But if it came out recently, no, come on, man. That shit died 10 years ago, at least, if not more. Like, nobody does that shit anymore. And the vocalist really bothered me. He was probably the worst part of that entire band. But then he was good. Like, I had mixed feelings throughout the entire album. I didn't really like the rapping stuff. I thought it was outdated. Some of the screams weird. He did this one part in a song, though. This is where he saved it. He was kind of like, it was almost like he was throwing up screaming. It was really fucking weird. But he would like, yeah. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I should have fucking took note of the song. But it was really fucking weird. And that saved him for the entire thing for me. They're really fucking weird. All of them. The bass player, this band, Tallah, wherever the fuck you are, whoever you are, those guys will never see this. But if you are a bass player out there, take it from another bass player. You're not fucking cool.
Whoa.
Stop getting in front of the guitar players. Stop acting like you are the main focal point of any type of music video. You are nothing. Let the rest of the band do their job. The bass player in some of the videos had like this wild ass orange or pink hair. He kind of mixed it up, and he thought he was the like main guy of the band. Like, all eyes on me. And it bothers the shit out of me. And I didn't see or hear anything incredibly special from him. Like, there are definitely good bass players out there. He is not one of them. He is good enough to be in a band and hold it down, and that's about it. I guess that's the bass player's job. But yeah, take it from another bass player. Stop thinking you are that fucking tight.
So, wait a minute. This can't be right. Mike Portnoy. Who's that?
He was in Dream Theater back in the day, and I think was he in Korn? I could be wrong about that. He's been in a couple different bands. Dream Theater, I think, was his big one, though.
Max Portnoy, yeah, is the son of Mike Portnoy. He's the drummer in
that
this.
makes sense why it sounds like that, then.
Wow, okay.
That's an old style snare. It's kind of sound.
You would call it, people who defend this kind of horrible, underwhelming kind of recording, they call it raw, which is really frustrating to me because it's not.
I thought it was
raw.
fairly refined.
What? No, I'm sorry. The drums, I didn't like them.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't like them.
Yeah.
It was flat. It felt like
overall mix was a C.
I was listening to it literally, yeah. I mean, RJ nailed it. A Slipknot demo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? From fucking Win, like 98, 99.
But the guitars,
whatever,
were
man.
perfect
I don't
to
care
me.
about. I don't.
Tone-wise.
I'll never give a shit about how the guitars sound, as long as it's not ear piercingly bad, and my ears is basic palate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the drums, I need it to be crisp. I mean, yeah, cop out and get a plug-in, get some sort of whatever, $150, $200, $300 third-party like software to make it sound reasonably good.
Yeah.
But don't go this direction and just purposefully make it sound bad. I mean, it's your music. Do what you feel like you want to do. But I like my stuff to sound good and tuned and punchy and full, and it's just not fucking there. When I heard the intro was really frustrating for this album, because it's doing that really edgy thing that no one's ever done, which is just like someone kind of angrily speaking into a microphone with like ambient noises. I felt like I was listening. You remember those Halloween tracks that your parents would put on when it was Halloween? It was just like, ooh, with thunder cracking and stuff and like orchestral piano playing.
Yeah.
It felt like someone was trying way too hard to be like really cool. And then the first song was actually good. I thought it was good, because it really took me off guard with kind of like a chaotic beginning.
I agree.
And then it just kind of went into like the typical just like kind of grooved you a little bit. Yeah, you get it after the first song though.
Yes.
And that was, I thought, maybe it all kind of bled together and I started to get frustrated, but it all just really went downhill after that. But yeah, if you want some sort of like groovy, weird disc jockey, like there was some record spinning in there for some reason. If you want to feel like you can see the band while you hear them, because like all I could see is just like the guitarist from God damn it, Fred Durst.
Buckethead.
How he was just all what? No. The guy with the pupils, with the big dumb pupils. Fred Durst. Yeah, that was him. Yeah. Don't look at me like that.
What? All right, let's take a step back. You said the guitar is from Fred Durst.
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. You're saying Fred Durst?
No, Fred
with
Durst.
With the pupils?
Fred Durst
is a vocalist.
Right. His guitarist.
Buckethead.
Who's the guy with the fucking pupils? Was he the bassist?
Or no,
then?
it wasn't Buckethead.
Oh my God.
I could see his fucking face.
Fake news. Tony, what are you doing?
Yeah. Come on, dude.
I'm looking it up now.
Guitar player of Limp Bizkit.
Guitar player, Limp Bizkit. The guy with the pupils.
Yes, Wes Borland.
He put in contact lenses and it made him look like he had big, giant
I feel like he's worn shit on his head, which, okay.
Either way. I feel like they're all playing like him. They're all trying to be like twitchy and like weird while they play.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
you could just,
that's exactly what I'm
see
picturing.
everything. You see, there's a guy with a gas mask and a fucking tie. Do you know what I mean?
Did you watch any of their music videos?
Fuck no, man. I was already, no.
That would have made more sense if they did that, but they went all out like they were playing the biggest metal show of their life in their videos.
Mm-hmm.
The singer acted like he was part of an insane asylum every music video that came on, because I played the album on YouTube, and whatever songs don't have a video, they're normal, and then whichever ones have video, that's what plays in place of the album art. Yeah, I agreed. You get it after the first song. So I would say if you're interested in hearing it just to see, and then you want to go ahead and take a nap, just go ahead and let the rest of the album play. Because I damn near fell asleep listening to this album. It got boring very quick.
There were a few times where I would definitely glaze over and like forget I was listening to it, but then a transition would hit or like a breakdown might come in, and it would bring me back. You know what I mean? Like I would just automatically. But it was. I've heard way worse.
True.
But with this genre,
it wasn't completely shit. It's just not my cup of tea.
Hey man, people equal shit, bro. You know. No, but it was, I've heard it's just with this genre, you have to be particularly tough.
Yeah.
Because it's been done so many times for so long by massive, massive bands.
Yeah. Like
you're
Slipknot.
just, if you
Korn.
You got to find something else to go to if you're going to do this genre to make yourself distinct. But all I heard was it was like Slipknot having sex with Korn, and then them snowballing into mindless self-indulgence. Remember that band? Into their mouths, just like all these weird fucking new metal bands. It was, like I said, heard worse, heard better, fairly indifferent. But I will say, I haven't heard this shit in a while.
That's true.
It was kind of cool to hear somebody talking into a microphone really closely.
There was some cool parts of it. There was some actual good guitar parts, and then the rest of it was really boring. I paused it 3 or 4 times. I think I got through the first 4, I stopped. Then I got to the next 2 or 3, stopped. And every time I come back, it was a little refreshing again still, and it was okay. But listening to even 2, 3, 4 songs in a row, there's no way I could listen to that album just straight through just one sitting.
I can listen to a couple verses. Their choruses were really weak too. Like really fucking. There was
one that was good, and it might have been the first actual song on the album, not the intro, but the first song. One of them, he had this clean vocal scream, was real push clean vocal kind of thing. And it was a little bit melodic in that sense. But aside from that, he didn't do it the whole rest of the album. I think maybe one other time, but it was real quick. And that was the only chorus. I was like, oh, this is good and catchy, whatever. But other than that, it was...
Album was made in 2020. Forgot. I looked that up.
Tight. So they, I
mean, I could see the genre kind of having a resurgence.
They are young, though.
I get it.
So I think this is a band that can certainly grow into something better. Let's see if they can take whatever they've learned and do something, because their next step is Gent. And again, it's been fucking done.
Oh, the other thing I want to say, this is definitely, there's album bands and there's live bands.
Yeah.
Some are amazing in both capacities and some are one or the other. This is a live band. I can already tell.
Yep.
Like if I saw them,
seen the videos, and I've seen a live thing came up. Right
if I saw them live, I'd be right there having a good old fucking time.
I think so.
But since it's an album, and whatever thought, we can't feel the music. You're so much more judgmental, in that way. But when you're live, it's it's just so much more can resonate. That's why even a comedy album doesn't always slap you. But if you're there, it's the atmosphere. It's the same shit as music.
Or even watching it, even on Netflix, is still better than listen to a comedy album. In my opinion, I can't get into a comedy thing.
Have you been to a comedy show?
I have not. I'd love to go to one.
I've been
trying to go to Bert Kreischer for years. I'd love to see one of his. And that's about it. I don't
Allison-
think anybody else has been around that I've wanted. Louis C.K. I think was around at one point. I wouldn't mind seeing his.
I've been wanting to go to a really people say club shows are the best, like small, like less than 200, 300 people club shows.
Yeah.
They said they're the funniest because
I
everyone's
bet.
just smacked in there. And
I
you
wouldn't
can-
want to go to one of those big auditoriums.
Well, I went to one to
Oh.
see Tom Segura, and
Okay.
Allison got me tickets, so I'm not going to not go.
For sure.
And that was, the second one I went, and it was so much funnier because then I watched, well, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I watched his stand up when he came out with a special after that show. And it was like some of the same jokes. And I was not laughing nearly as hard as I was when we were all right in one room. There's an energy there.
Yeah.
My brain stopped. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. My bad.
Anyways,
Tallah.
next, Tallah. I mean, check him
Not
out.
bad.
It's okay.
I'm gay.
It hasn't been the worst that we've had on this show, that's for sure.
Yeah.
RJ won a little bit of our trust back with that one. A little bit.
Yeah, the Opeth thing. I think he was
so
fucking with
bad.
us. I think he was fucking with us.
So next album review. This is a band I have heard of pretty much since the early 2000s, and I don't think I've heard one song of theirs. This band is called Mastodon. Are you familiar with them at all?
Yes, I am.
I've never listened to them. So, you probably have heard this album before.
You've had to have listened to
I
them.
swear to God, I've never listened to them.
You've had to.
And I don't know why. I even know some of the members because I know some of their gear and shit, and I've never, ever listened to this band. I feel like I've had some friends that have listened to them, but it's not like one of those things the things I put on repeat, and I kind of stem from other people doing the same bands.
Right.
I don't know. So the album we're going to do is their 2004 release of Leviathan.
There you go.
That's
All
good?
right. Yeah.
All right, sweet. I'm excited because I know these guys are like, there's some of the YouTubers I watch or anybody else, and they're always talking about this band. It comes up at least once a fucking month, and I've never given them a shot. So I'm excited to give them a shot and see how it is. So Mastodon Leviathan for next week's podcast. So I got some cool stuff. You knew about this. We talked about it last week, but now I'm going to show the world, or all 117. Real quick, I'll probably say it at the end. To any new subscribers, thank you. I was sitting here earlier prepping, and we were getting more subscribers. So I think we got like 3 over the last couple days.
Cool.
So that's cool. So any new subscribers, welcome to the channel. We do this every week, and we do gear reviews as much as we possibly can. We will have a drum gear review coming up soon-ish.
Yes.
And then I just put out one of the filming of this. This would be last week by the time you hear this. A guitar review that I'm about to show everybody in the podcast. And then the week that you're seeing this, you should see the second thing I'm about to show you, and then, or close to it or whatever. But basically, if you missed last week's show, I won some gear. I've never had that happen before in my life. I've won a couple things in my life, which has been pretty cool. But overall, I'm pretty fucking unlucky when it comes to shit like that. And I won a pretty massive guitar package from the Music Zoo, about a little over $3,000 worth of gear.
Oh.
And let's take a look at it. So,
Unboxing.
the first thing, actually, I have not unboxed this yet. Feel
know.
free to do the honors.
I just had unboxing.
This is in the box. So this here is the smallest piece that I got, and that is a Fender Smolder Acoustic Overdrive. So it's an overdrive, I guess, for an acoustic guitar. So to get you a little bit of dirty tones out of your acoustic. I have never heard anybody do that before. So I'm very interested to see how this thing sounds. But if you'd like, you could show that to the camera. Feel free to unbox it if you want, but it basically looks like that. They got a pretty nice, clean picture.
Cool.
And then, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Unboxing. Check it out.
Whoops. It's a pedal.
How's it feel? Pretty sturdy?
Mm.
Man, I'll drop it, but
I'm just testing it, man. The buoyancy. I guess.
pretty cool. So it looks like,
Ooh, I don't like that.
and I'll have my gear review. Yeah.
Not
a big fan of the Switch.
All right, put it
However,
back and throw it away.
A couple cool things I see on this, and I'll talk about it way more in my gear review. Side input output. I love that about pedals. LEDs on or off. I've never seen that on a pedal, so that's cool. You can either have them on or off. Looks like they're on the knobs. And then top mount power supply. I love that. It did not come with one, which is fine. I have power supplies, but this is a pedal that doesn't come with it.
Guessing that these are little rubber feet that you would put on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I guess, good.
That's nice. So you can, because some people will want it flush mount to their board or Velcro it anyways. Feet could get in the way, or if you're not going to do that, you put the feet on.
Did you do a gear review on this?
I have not. This is literally the first time it came out of the plastic.
That'll be, well, yeah.
That'll be, by the time this comes out, it'll either be, it either just came out or it's coming out next week, most likely.
Do you put, when you get new shit like this, do you put it back, everything back, like the fucking plastic bag?
Never.
And then, no?
Never.
Do you put it in the box?
No.
What do you do with, you just put?
All my pedals are sitting on the thing, or they go on the pedal
just
board.
Scattered like a disaster.
This one this one I'll probably keep like that, or so for now, just because I don't know if I'm going to be keeping that.
That's true. Then you could just
maybe I'll hate it. Maybe we'll do a giveaway of an acoustic pedal.
That's
Get
not
us
a
a
bad
500 subs, so it'll be a while.
It'll be a couple years,
but at some point somebody will get that
there.
pedal.
Hopefully.
All right, so the next thing, and I'm going to stand up for this. The main cam should pick this up. I don't know why it's back to doing that, but we know it's recording.
Okay, that's scary.
Right, you did see it recording when we did it, right?
It said recording, bro. All
right, cool. I'm leaving all this in too. So this is one of the other things that I got. Yeah, it's getting pissy because I connected to it, I guess.
All right.
This is one of the other things that I got here. So this is an amplifier that I kind of wanted something similar to this, but I never thought I would actually buy one. But this is a Fender, if you can't tell from the cover. You should get that other side because I thought I could do this one-handed. So this is the Fender Deluxe Reverb amp. I want to call it a reissue. And I'll tell you why. So its counterpart is a tube version. This is a non-tube version amp. And it is made to kind of almost model that tube version. So like the Kempers or Axe Effectors or something there, it could do that. However, the best way I've heard this described, and after hearing it myself, I agree, is instead of all that processing power for multiple different effects and amps and everything else, all that processing power is in here for one amp and then two different effects. So it's got a reverb and a tremolo on there. Its counterpart is about 65, 70 pounds. This comes in right under 24 pounds. Very weird to lift up from there, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty well. I'm weak as fuck. But pretty lightweight.
Yeah.
For an amp like this, I think our buddy Chris has some two versions of something similar, and they're pretty heavy.
Who?
Chris.
Anyways.
Pretty cool. It's got a foot switch. Got a foot switch that comes with it here, and that is to turn off your reverb and vibrato. It is a dual input amp. You got 1 and 2 for vibrato if you want to use vibrato, or you can go into the normal preamps for each of those. And I've got about half an hour on this so far, and I like it so far. So if it hasn't already come out, gear review of this will be coming out soon.
Okay, good. Now? Are we doing it now?
We're not doing a gear review now.
Got time to fill. We could do it.
And then last but not least, the big ticket item of this giveaway is a guitar.
He's opening the case. I'm going to break everything down that he says to what drummers can understand. He's opening a guitar case. He's grabbing said guitar. And it looks like a guitar.
So on my screen there, so this gear review has been out at least for a week by the time this episode comes out. So if you want to hear more about this, it's on there. But this is the Fender Acoustasonic telly body style in this kind of surf green. And get the headstock kind of on there. It's a little dark, but yeah, this is it's pretty awesome. So normally on a guitar, this would be a pickup selector.
Right.
So it would go from this pickup to a middle to kind of up here on a 5-way switch like this. This 5-way switch does kind of switch pickups, but it actually, this is a whole Fishman setup. You even have to charge the pickup down here, and you have to, and this changes your voices. So down here is a clean Fender kind of setup, and then it goes to like a mahogany dreadnought style guitar, because this isn't acoustically, it's not very loud because it's a very thin, small body.
It seems loud.
But when you switch to a certain pickup, it sounds like a big bodied acoustic. And it's kind of insane. This is a blend knob. Normally that would be a tone and then regular volume. But there's a pickup here. There's a pickup inside the body. And I think there's something else here or something like that.
Who gave this to you? What was it? Where was it?
This is the Music Zoo.
The Music Zoo. Shout out to Music Zoo for completely picking Billy at random. Real cool. That green, what is that? That was not the...
Surf green.
That is not... Was that the color you showed me when you were saying... Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I remember it looked like almost blue. Maybe I'm tripping out because that is ugly.
You don't like it?
No.
I love it.
That is like a lime green.
I told it was actually, it's kind of funny. I said this on my gear review too. I told Lauren that if I was actually buy this guitar, which I had no plans of doing, this is the color I would have gotten.
I was going to say, this does not seem like your style, like experimental hybrid guitars. That's not right. And you said you had to charge the pickup. He's zipping up the guitar case with the guitar inside. And he's putting that against a wall.
Yes, you have to charge the pickup. It's a Fishman. It's an electronic pickup, so it changes the sound, the voices. So,
does it have RGB?
It does not. That would be awesome.
Bluetooth.
Though. We can add RGB. It does not have Bluetooth.
That's upsetting. Can it turn on your lights in your house?
No, but all of those questions do segue me into something really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out gear I've been looking at, and I've already asked Lauren this for Christmas. Ask for this for Christmas. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Yes.
So this piece of gear, I'm kind of out of breath. I'm fat. I need to lose weight.
Dude, you did a lot of standing.
And I need a lot of shit.
You did a lot of standing.
Yeah.
You were
almost
unzipping
lifted this
things.
amp.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's a pretty amp though. It looks just like its counterpart. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a combo amp, but it's not.
It's a combo amp.
But it's not.
But it is.
But it has processing power.
Right. So it's kind of made to model some stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's still like a solid state. It's got a Class D. It's got an attenuator on the back. So real quick, it's got a Class D 100-watt power amp in there that can be made to attenuate. So what that means is I can step it down. So it's to kind of match what the tube would do. It starts at a 22 watts, which gets too fucking loud, which is weird. And then you can step it down all the way to, I think, 0.2 watts. And there's a little switch on the back. And I could do this at bedroom volume. Comes with a custom-made speaker just for these amps. So there's this and a twin reverb, which is a dual setup.
Where do they make this?
This is made, I don't know if this was made overseas or not, but if it wasn't, it was made in Corona, California.
Okay, that's not in West Virginia.
No.
I was going to say, because I wanted to break up the gear real quick with just a small clip. Can we do that?
Sure.
Okay. So I say West Virginia. I got Amazon Prime, the video bullshit. I apparently have had it forever and didn't realize it because I don't pay attention to goddamn anything. So I was surfing Amazon Prime, seeing what movies they had. Have you ever heard of a movie called The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia?
So I have, but I don't remember how or why. So I feel like I've heard of that recently.
Were
we talking about it Saturday?
It's possible. And I feel like
maybe I overheard you guys talking about it.
So there's these. I might have brought it up actually. The Whites are a family in Boone County, I think, West Virginia, just old minor town, and they're kind of renowned for being like, they call themselves fucking hillbillies. That's what they call themselves, and there was this film company, whatever, that was like, oh, we'll follow you for a year because you guys are such a renowned. And the reason they're so big is because their dad, I can't remember their fucking name. He was a tap dancer, like a renowned tap dancer way back in, I guess, the 60s. And his son also became a tap dancer, and he started tap dancing for like country musicians and like their music videos and stuff. You might, I can't remember some of the, like, what's the guy's name? Something the third, Hank Williams the third or something like that.
Sounds about right.
And whatever, a couple other people. So they became indirectly famous through their family members being entertainers, I guess, and famous for West Virginia because there's not a lot going on there, I guess. And so this cameraman team followed them around for a year, and they got Incredible footage. It's on Amazon Prime. Golden. These people, I don't know how to explain it because I feel like no matter where I'm at with my tax bracket, I'm always going to feel like gutter trash. Like I'm most comfortable. I told you, I won't even go near that Harris Teeter. I'm going to the Weiss off of Don't Fucking Come Down Here Street. You know what I mean? Like that's my shit. Liquor stores on the strip malls with fried chicken, laundromat combos. That's where I feel comfortable, dude. I don't know why. And these people, I feel like they're akin to me, right? And there was this one clip that I laughed so hard at, and I've been laughing at it for probably a week and a half now. I needed to share it with you. Okay. I needed you to hear and see this. So I got to set it up. So these people, one of the family members had another daughter while the camera crew was there. She goes, and they show it's my baby. They put her in the little thing in the nursery. And then she immediately goes like, got to take my medicine. And she's literally snorting pills off of her little hospital nightstand. It's hilarious. And then go figure, they fast forward a little bit. Foster care took the kid from the hospital because they probably detected the kid had like drugs in him. Right. You know what I mean? And so they're like, Jesus Christ, take this thing to CPS immediately. And so they're crying. So and it cuts from that, them realizing they took the kid to, they decide to stop at, the sister's driving her. And the sister's like, oh, let's stop at Taco Bell. And this is what happens. And I'm going to try to put it up to the microphone. Let me just turn this up real quick. Or turn it down on accident. What's going on? Hold it next to the thing.
The steak and cheese fajita only with cheese and steak only. We don't have fajitas. You don't have fiestas? Why is it on your sign if you don't have it? Y'all have mozzarella cheese sticks.
Pause it. Okay.
Y'all have mozzarella cheese sticks.
Not only that voice. By the way, that's Sue Bob right there. Right. That's who's talking, Sue Bob. That is a woman. She claimed to be the most beautiful woman in the county. Okay. Okay.
I don't want to see that county at all.
If her voice is is indicative of her looks, I don't want to be near it. But yeah, so she goes, y'all got any fiestas? And the guy is so fucking confused. He's like, what? Fiestas? You mean gorditas? Well, why is it on your menu if you ain't got it? No way in hell any Taco Bell says we have fiestas. It's the number 2. Holy shit. And then the last thing, I don't even know if the mics can fucking hear it. I might have to put the clip in because I don't give a shit. We got to put it in. Y'all got any mozzarella cheese sticks? Ma'am, this is Taco Bell. This is not Olive Garden or whatever the fuck you think this. Yeah, there's another part, right?
Give me 2 tacos, 1 soft shell, 1 hard, please. Could you repeat that order back to me?
So she says, repeat the order back, and then just drives away from the drive-thru. All right, you go. All right, so she sees somebody inside the Taco Bell while she's in line in the drive-thru, and she's yelling at her. Mind you, they just realized they lost the baby.
CPS took it. Oh my God.
Pause it. Okay, so
I like how it just says jaunty bluegrass music.
So, and that's most of the film. She sees people while she's in the drive-thru line. She's like trying to get their attention through the window. They're inside dining in at Taco Bell, as you do. And so she finally gets their attention, and it's that awkward moment where you say hi, and then you're in a situation where there is no conversation to be had when you're in the drive-thru at Taco Bell and your friends are inside. If I saw you in that situation and I was in the drive-thru vice versa, I wouldn't even acknowledge you. Right. I'd be like, we can't, there's no point to talk, to having a conversation.
You should have called her a text and say, hey, I just saw you in the drive-thru. Whatever. Right. You know?
But that's that Boone County shit where it's just like, all right, let's talk. And then like she realizes after they finally get their attention, like, oh, we can't, there's nothing to say. Let me say the first thing that's on the top of my fucking mind.
They took her baby. Yeah, CPS took it.
Yeah, she's crying. That's what she said.
Is this a movie or a show?
It's a fucking documentary.
How long is it? Because I have to watch it.
It's
now.
like 70 minutes. It's perfect.
God,
It's
damn,
fucking
this is
perfect.
fucking great.
And but I will say that is the fucking height. But like every other clip is fucking so interesting.
That's still so fucking.
They're the
good.
most
That's
interesting people.
insane.
They're the most interesting people I've ever seen. One guy, one of the
Is that
nephews,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
and they're all criminals. Like they all say,
Oh,
like
of course.
we're all
Probably
criminals.
heroin, a bunch
we're
of
all
other
trash.
shit,
Like
yeah.
they'll admit, and I appreciate the fucking honesty, especially nowadays. And one of the nephews or whatever, he's like, I like Suboxone, Xanax bars, whatever. And he said, "You want to hear the mating call in Boone County?" And he takes a prescription bottle and just
Oh my
shakes
God.
it. Come and get it, ladies. Dude. The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, one of the most entertaining things I've seen in a long time. Just unfiltered,
CPS took her.
just straight up genuine motherfuckers, man. Oh, dude. Watch that
Oh,
shit.
man.
I just had to share that. It's so anything that I get that much joy out of, I have to share.
Yeah.
So
No, I appreciate you.
no
sharing
problemo.
that.
What is going on? Sorry, dude.
So the piece of gear, we're going to start off with that instead of the normal. Normally I save this till the end, but it's my first tab here. So piece of gear I'm looking at, I've asked Lauren for this for Christmas. I really don't know how to say that statement, but basically I asked her to get this for me for Christmas.
It's on your wish list.
It is on my wish list. So this is called the Fishman Triple Play Wireless MIDI Pickup. So I'm going to show you, and I'll obviously put this on the screen. Basically, this goes on the body of your guitar down at the bottom, and then what happens, this slides underneath your strings right behind your pickups. I wish I had an actual guitar in here, but you could see it, I think, in a...
Next
You
to your-
kind of see it
Oh.
here, and it goes
Okay.
up over there. That little black bar
Yeah.
there goes up there. So basically what that... Okay. Basically what that does is that picks up all the vibrations from your strings.
Okay.
So think about this. Back in the day, guitar players wanted to be able to do like really awesome synthesizer type stuff with their guitar, but nothing was out that didn't have like a fucking 2-second latency. 2 seconds trying to play something is
That's-
insane.
Can't happen.
Right?
Yeah.
So what this is nearly zero. I'm sure there's no way it's zero, but it's nearly zero where you can't feel or tell that there is latency. And it picks up every note that you play and runs it wirelessly to your computer, and you could pretty much have any sound on it. So what I could do is I could set up a drum set on my guitar and just play drums on my guitar.
What?
Yeah, so I could just, like, I could run my Get Good drums, I can load
Yeah,
it up,
mhm.
and I could just kick snare on the strings, and then every note that I hit could be a different drum,
Interesting.
depending on how I set it up.
It could tell the difference. By
So
note.
it's sending notes, and then the way
Wow.
you set it up in the program, which it looks very, very simple, you could tell it to do that. Like, so for example, I could have a weird like saxophone on my bottom 2 strings, and then on my top strings, I could do the next 2 as like the drum set, and the next 2 is like a flute, and just have it all there on the guitar, and it's almost, like I said, zero latency.
Because guitar is so easy, you need more of a challenge, right?
It's not
For
so.
you.
So what this is for people that are like me, who I can play some keyboard, and by some, I am one of your biggest beginners, but I could play more than somebody that's never picked it up, I guess. So that's not a lot, but I could map out some stuff. We did the rap song. I did a lot of that on the keyboard, and then I went through, because there was some synth in that as well. But it's not fun. If I can do that synth on my guitar and play, for example, if I want to layer metal shit that I'm doing with a synth sound, but I'm playing the same fucking thing and just have it layered, I can do that on guitar rather than try to go back and try to find those notes, because I'm not theory. I don't know what notes I'm fucking playing, and I can just play it on the guitar, and now I've got the layers.
So it's parallel to, like, I can sit here and play. I could create a drum loop in MIDI using my keyboard, but it'd be a lot easier if I can use a controller that is I'm familiar with being a drum set.
Correct.
It's the same thing,
Correct.
but fucking guitar.
But for guitar, correct.
Never mind. I misunderstood it.
That actually is a very good parallel. It
It's
is
a
basically
MIDI
your electric
controller.
kit. It's a
Right.
MIDI controller, but I'm playing on my native instrument just like you would play yours on your native instrument.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I misunderstood the whole point
And
of
there
that.
has been some. So Daniel and I back in the day, Will Bob, I know we talked about it on the channel. Boss guitar pedal company, they came out with a pedal that has some of the coolest fucking sounds. Like we're talking like you can play Eruption from Van Halen or like the Final Countdown. They were displaying this and both of us was like, dude, we've got to have one of these. And we look at it, it's $1,000 fucking dollars.
God damn.
On top of that, you need something like this that Boss sold that was pretty good to buy additionally to attach to your guitar so it could actually pick it up and actually hear what the fuck you're hitting with your strings. So it would have been like $1,500, I imagine. I don't know what the piece like this was for it, but probably another, maybe $200. So $1,200. This at $400 plus your computer, you're set.
Damn.
And it's all Bluetooth. It's made by Fishman, the same people that put the pickups in that guitar, the Acoustasonic.
Yeah.
It's made by them. They are kind of killing the game with electronic pickup kind of things like that. Anything that's involving that. You charge it just like you would that. The Sweetwater guy that I saw doing it said he had been playing with it all week and still hadn't had to charge it because he was playing with it to prep for his video.
Damn.
And he said I was hardcore on it. You can also set it up where you can have like a layer live where if I want real guitar or this, I can do that. They also sell a foot pedal that you can get additionally with it, where I can go back and forth. Like I want to play synth now, send me back to my normal guitar and send that signal here kind of thing. Whole lot of different options with it. Program looks simple. You just load up the sounds that you want to do. And then it also comes with a ton of shit loaded already that you can play with right away. And then if you have any third party synth, like I've got this one that I bought that has like this chorus, like people singing this choir kind of thing. It's got woodwinds and brass instruments and shit like that. I love it, but programming is kind of a pain in the dick to me. Now I could just plug my guitar in. I don't even have to plug it in. It's all wireless. I can sit here wirelessly and play all of those. That's actually in key with what the fuck I'm doing instead of trying to figure out what notes are these so I can map it out on my fucking computer.
I wish I could find something, to be shitty about with this, but that's pretty sweet.
I watched the videos and just everybody had nothing but great things to say about it. It's $399. It is a little up there, but
I don't know, man.
But when I just told you that $1,000 pedal plus getting something like this to map, or catch all of those notes, and I watched people do it, I was like, how is this possible? This is kind of insane. Something cool there. So that's a piece of gear I'm looking at. Trying to score that for Christmas. Going to try to get some lenses for the show, but they're too goddamn expensive. I think that's a decent amount there.
I don't blame you.
Christmas, speaking of which, I did that perfectly. August Burns Red's been pretty good on the whole Christmas metal shit. They did Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. However, I listened to it. It's really fucking good. No vocals, which is funny because they have their vocalist as the fucking picture for it.
There's no vocals?
But there's no vocals.
It's a Mariah Carey cover?
All the melody is on guitar.
Well,
it's good.
I mean, I guess, but that song's
all on guitar.
Known for it's Mariah Carey.
Maybe it's a note thing, and it obviously would be a hell of a lot easier to hit on guitar than it would be him. He's got a fairly low voice. I'm not sure that he could hit it.
How old are these motherfuckers now, dude?
Mid-30s, I think.
Really?
They're not much older than us.
If you're as old as us, you need to stop, dude, no matter what you're doing.
I don't know. They're still killing it, I guess.
No, I just thought they were a lot older. I don't know why. Probably because it's been so long.
Yeah, I mean, it came out early 2000s. I not early, like mid-2000s, right? Like Constellations or shit?
I first heard them in 2005.
So about the same time as pretty much any of the bands we listened to, and that was probably not much before that they came out. They're probably, I'd say they're between 35 and 38 years old.
Tony.
Oh, shit, I forgot he was here.
I'm just making sure you're still here. I haven't
chilling.
heard you say shit.
I was dying laughing when you were talking about that documentary.
That's when you're supposed to go live.
Yeah.
You gotta help me,
Unmute
dude.
that mic and start talking about it. I was waiting for you.
It would have been fine. No,
said
it would have been great. God damn it. Don't hold back next time. Damn, man.
I'm reading the wiki page for it too, and it's just even funnier.
Watch it immediately.
Oh my God. The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. The White Family.
Insane.
Your favorite band is in the studio for album number 9. And I am fucking pumped.
Who?
BT Band, baby. They are officially recording right now.
All right.
as we speak. So pretty
Anyways,
excited about that.
Moving on.
Everybody's going to be very excited about that.
Moving
Look at
on.
that kid, though. God damn.
Yeah, big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. It's
Yeah,
nice.
whatever.
I like
That
it.
Fucking drum kid.
Fucking idiot.
So that's exciting. We will be doing an album review when that comes out. I think it's mid next year, something like that. I thought I heard them say this article doesn't say it, but yeah. Anyways, any idea who the fuck Doja Cat is? Doja Cat.
You sure you're saying that right? Sounds
Nope.
like you said it a couple ways.
Doja Cat.
Doha.
Yeah, it's Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
You're familiar with her?
No.
I've heard of her just because she's been like she's on, I guess, social media. You know, like music, how it gets used in social media clips and things like that. That's pretty much the only extent, though.
Never heard of her. She recently did one of the MTV or one of the music awards shows. I'm assuming she did one of her songs, but made it MTV European Music Awards. She made it Genty. I'm assuming she's a pop artist because there's no metal artist at any MTV Music Awards, maybe European. But the biggest reason why she is in the news, especially on a metal radar, is she took the solo from one of Pliny's songs and put it in. And even better, she did not ask for permission.
Who's Pliny?
Pliny, guitar player, virtuoso. That'll be another album review. He's really fucking good. I can't really describe it anymore. I talked about them. I went and saw
Like a
them.
Michelangelo Basio? Like solo?
No, newer modern
asshole.
guitar player.
Oh.
Intervals, you ever heard of them?
Yes.
So they're instrumental, but Aaron Marshall is basically the main member of Intervals. He's the one that writes everything. Pliny is the kind of same way, but they go by Pliny instead of Intervals, or like an actual band name. When I saw that Arch Echo band, remember I wore their shirt and I kept calling them Arch Enemy?
Yeah.
I saw Pliny there too. It was all instrumental show. Really fucking good. But anyways, he is a little mad about it, but he actually finds it funny because he never thought a solo that he wrote 4 years ago in his bedroom would end up on any type of mainstream TV awards show.
Like note for note, jacked it.
Oh yeah, they just played it over top of whatever she was doing. They had a band with her, and they played it over top. And yeah, they had his solo, and he's like, everybody's like, "Yo, that's Pliny." And
was she playing guitar, or was that her guitarist?
No, it was the band playing it. So I don't know if they actually played it. I'd have to watch the video, but I don't know who this is. I mean, she looks like she's about to scream.
It's their deal then. It's that guitarist's deal. That guitarist that plays for her jacked it.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose, though. I think she knew about it.
Maybe. Or maybe he was like, I'll take this. No one will know. Unless Pliny's that big.
Somebody from Straight From the Past said don't drag her, but Straight From the Past is we love everybody. I don't fucking know.
They're so goddamn political. I can't even listen to them.
Extremely. I can't listen to them anymore either. It sucks because I like Straight From the Past. And they seem like cool guys, but they're
just on a soapbox.
I don't want to hear
man.
politics and music anymore myself.
Turns me off, man.
Talk about it, but don't play it. Anyways, kind of cool, kind of shitty. I haven't seen much more out of it.
That does
but
suck.
it says that they sampled, so it's possible the guitar player didn't even play it. I think those two in the background that are there, I don't even think they're actually playing. So it sounds like they sampled the solo, which means she knew about it.
It's a live performance. They're not fucking No, not on their time frame. No way.
So, yeah, really shitty. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to hear something like that get out into that kind of pop world. Assuming she's pop. Do you know what she is? You've listened to her, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, is
she poppy or?
Like, yeah, more like poppy towards the poppy rap kind of genre. But
rap.
It said this. I found an article that was talking about it. They took one of her songs called "Say So" and they did a new metal cover of it. And then the guitar.
But then they ripped his fucking shit.
Right.
That's funny. Yeah, she looks like the singer of. She kind of reminds me from this picture. I don't know what she actually looks like. The God damn it! What was that new metal fucking band, chick-led band back in the day? Not Evanescence, but the I'm so sick.
Flyleaf.
Flyleaf. Yes. Thank you. That's sort of.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably the black hair and just pale white skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, something cool there. New gear alert. Mesa Boogie has a new amp out called the Badlander. To me, it's kind of a stupid yet awesome name. I feel like it's like a video game name or something. I feel like that would be a video game, Badlander.
Why?
I don't know.
Highlander?
No, I'm trying to... Badlands? Was that a video game or is that a show? I don't fucking
That was
know.
an area in like an Elder Scrolls game or some shit. I don't remember. Something like that.
Anyways, it's a sick-ass little amp. So what amp companies are doing now is they're going towards, instead of trying to sell you this head and then you need to get a cab and all this, a lot of people understand, most people are in a bedroom or something to that effect. We need to plug into something else. And typically, if you plug a tube amp not into a speaker cab, you have to have some type of load coming back. So when you plug into a speaker cab, there's a load sending a response back, and that creates a balance so you don't blow your fucking amp. So what they have out there is something called a load box that you could plug your amp into, and the biggest one out there is Torpedo branded ones. The ones that they used to sell, the only one you could get was like $1,000. So at that point, you might as well buy a cab and a mic and go into your interface. But basically, with those load boxes, you can go from the amp to the load box into your interface, not worry about a cab, recorded bedroom volumes. And what they've added more is they've been able to have cab impulse responses. So whatever sound of cab you want, you just click and okay, that's my best sound with this head right now. That's what I'm recording with. So what amp companies are doing now is they're including a lot of that into their heads now. A separate section to actually send out. Like this actually has an XLR out as well, and I can mute that speaker and just go straight into the computer with what I get sounds on here. So Mesa's doing that with this new amp. You can get it in a 150 20 watt or a 50 20 watt on the 50. So they have a 100 watt version of 50 watt, and on both of them you can step it all the way down to 20 watts. It's got basically, Mesa came out with something called a cab IR or cab clone. The first one was absolute garbage. The second one seems to get better reviews. And basically it just has this IR, this impulse responses already in it. They basically included that in this amp. And yeah, it's a sexy little amp. I haven't seen anything on it yet, but I like it. Something new, technology from Mesa.
Real quick, drummers out there, layman terms. It's an amp.
It's an amp. Yeah, the amp head, not the speakers, the amp head. You can put different tubes in it. It is biasable. So basically you switch how much power is going to those tubes. So you can put what a lot of people like is EL34s or 6L6s, 12 AX7 preamp tubes, which is what are basically in those Mesa dual rack, triple rack kind of amplifiers. $22.99 for the 100 watt and $19.99 for the 50 watt.
$20, huh?
I wish. So still very pricey, but it's packed with quite a lot of features.
Sounds like it.
Yes.
It's an amp head.
Yes.
So you play.
But you could also DI straight into your shit rather than your cab.
I understood all of that. Yes. IRs and such.
Yes. And then last but not least, now until November 19th, which is gonna be Oh man.
When's that? 2 days?
So that's tomorrow our time, 2 days our time.
Right.
By the time this comes out, it would already pass. But I was gonna say Sweetwater's doing 60% off a lot of shit.
Okay.
Early Black Friday sale. But they will be doing a lot of Black Friday sales. I have seen though, there are a ton of plugins and shit like that. If anybody's interested in those that are on a massive sale right now. I sent Wade a link to one of them. It was 6 different plugins, $836 off right now, on sale for $50. And one of them I have, and he loves it. And he's like, there's no way I can pass it up. That plugin alone is like $200 off right now, on sale for $30. For $20 more, you get 6 or 7 more plugins with it. Absolutely worth it. $49.99. It's the Isotopes Holiday Bundle. Comes with a ton of shit. Mastering, processing, vocal processing, synthesizers, bunch of other shit. Really cool, $50, and that is good until most of those plugins I've seen on sale are good until early next year. So plenty of time for that. I would highly recommend checking out those if you're into recording, especially that plugin. That has made any of my shit sound like I actually know what I'm doing.
Sales.
Going. Sweetwater sponsor us. Anyways, that's it for me, bud.
Oh, I'm glad you read all those articles, Billy.
I did not read all those articles. I talked about these.
Oh, okay.
What part of reading? You say this. You said it in your rap song. Where did I read? I read some specifics like this is $19.99. This is $29.99. I did not read those. I read the headlines and I told you about them.
Right. Okay.
Anyways, what do you got?
Let's see here. Oh, I was just going to say new segment next week, Guilty Pleasures, because...
Guilty Pleasures, as far as what?
I'd mentioned this a while ago.
I feel like you did, and I don't remember.
Pay attention. So basically, because I rag hard, I think you do as well, on the shit we listen to and the review and stuff, and I feel the pendulum needs to swing in the other direction, so I've been really thinking really hard and trying to compile a list of songs that I know aren't good, but I love. You know how you have movies that you know aren't good, but you still love, like, I don't know, The Avengers or something like that.
Well, they're really good, but yes, go ahead.
But you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, let me think of a movie. Like, I just watched one of the, the scary movie spoofs, but they just got crazy. It was like the 40-year-old virgin who had sex with Sarah Marshall and then felt super bad about it. And it was just like a parody. That's literally the title. It was a parody of the 40-year-old virgin forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh,
and super. And
I
it's
didn't
just,
know that was the thing.
They're terrible movies, but I love watching them because they're so stupid, but they're great. But yeah, that's what I want to have a segment called Guilty Pleasures. And we just kind of name some of the songs that we're like, we almost forgot that we love or try not to admit that we do. And then maybe kind of go through who has the worst taste subconsciously.
So do we want to cap it somewhere? Or do we want to come in with a massive fucking list of songs, or
just think of a couple for
like
next week? Think of a couple for next week.
2?
Rated 5 being the worst, 1 being maybe the best objectively good song.
So 5.
Right, 5 songs.
And then rank them.
Which one's the
5
worst?
the best to 1 the worst.
No, the other way around. Maybe you're right.
I don't know.
It's one of those things.
Okay.
But for now, just think of 5 songs. We'll get it together.
Yeah, you'll have to remind me of that, but I can certainly get that together. That'll be cool.
Oh, and if you were talking about sales and stuff, it has nothing to do with that, but it reminded me, I should buy some stuff. But then I thought, no show's going on.
Correct.
Why the fuck would I buy anything right now?
Yeah, it's gotten even worse for us now. Nothing after 10 o'clock at bars, so there will definitely be no shows anytime soon.
And I'm okay. I could deal with that. I have
busy season for people is coming up anyways.
I know.
Even if you can't see your families or whatever case may be going on, you still want to shop. You still probably wrap gifts and send it to them, whatever you're doing. So
I was going to say, this is a far cry from me. If anyone has any music that they would like to collab or send to just get somebody to write some drums to, I have the electric kit. I have Get Good drums that I could put over top of it. I could make it sound good. Send me something. I just want to write something because I'm not playing shows. I'm not fucking practicing with a live band or anything. Do something. I've had a couple people be like, oh yeah, I'd love to do. It's like when you see a friend you haven't seen in a few years, but you see him every now and then. You're like, oh, we should hang out. And they never fucking hang out.
Right.
These are my fucking musician friends.
Yeah.
Not sending me stuff or just not. I understand not wanting to because it's hard to get the motivation to in these times right now. Fuck, dude. It could still be fun to collab a little bit. Send me something. Fucking, I got it. I'll put my email either in the description or I can say it. What would be better?
We can put it in the description.
Yeah.
Because you may also want to create another email in case.
Yeah, good call, because I got a couple things linked up with that. All right, yeah. Whoops.
Like I said, so earlier in the show, I did say we had some new subscribers. I know we have some people I don't know at all that seem to be musicians according to their channel. So if you are a musician and you want to send something his way, we did review a very, very old album of ours, Arabella. So if you want at least something that you can listen to right now, you can check that out. We don't care.
And I don't care what genre it is. I don't care if it's metal,
because you do play
jazz,
in a cover band.
pop,
So that was pretty
anything.
Kind of like a hardcore metal band that we were in, and then you've done the cover band, which is a wide variety of all kinds of shit.
It's made me grow love to most genres of music.
Right.
And I just want to play. I just want to play something, dude.
So we'll put that in the description, what the email is that you can send anything to or inquiries on that. Again, so thank you to any new subscribers that are out there. That's pretty awesome think we're up to like 116, 117 or something. So we're on our way.
We're moving.
That's it. You done? We good?
Am I talking?
Are you done?
I'm not talking anymore, Billy.
I know, but do you have anything else?
No. Fuck.
All right, guys. Tony, you got anything for us?
Tony, what you got?
Negative things to say here. I'm chilling.
He's saying no, but he said it
Yeah.
dumb.
That was very weird. Anyways, I am Chief Redbeard.
Nico.
Signing out.
Tony.
Finally decided to show up for work. He is
up.
massively in the hole. He actually owes us both PlayStation 5s because he never shows up or he's constantly late. So another perk of the Patreon. You owe us shit.
I want the removable plates as well, Tony, because they come with different colors, I believe.
The trip from my bed to my computer is a long one. All right. It takes time to walk over here.
Mm-hmm. Well, enjoy work tonight. We are going to get to it. And thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.